At 8:30 a.m., a mailman pulled up to a quiet home in a small Wisconsin town. He walked to the front door, knocked once. No answer. Through the window, he noticed something strange. Breakfast was already on the table. 4 plates, 4 cups of coffee. Still warm, but inside the house, there was no one. At first, police assumed the family had left in a hurry, but their car was still in the garage. The father's wallet was on the dresser. The children's backpacks were by the door. Every phone was still inside the house. The doors were locked from the inside. No forced entry, no signs of struggle. The Martin family had simply vanished. Daniel Martin was an engineer. His wife Claire was a schoolteacher. They had 2 children, 8 and 11 years old. No debts, no enemies, no reason to run. Neighbors described them as quiet, routine, completely normal. But 1 week earlier, Claire told a coworker something unsettling. She said she felt like someone was watching their house. The last night looked ordinary. The children played outside. Lights went off around 9. Nothing unusual, nothing suspicious. Until 2:17 a.m., an emergency operator received a call. No voice, no words, just breathing, and something else. Slow footsteps, moving across a wooden floor. When the operator asked if help was needed, the line disconnected. At the time, they couldn't trace the call. Later, investigators discovered it came from inside the Martin home. Police searched everything. No footprints in the dust. No missing valuables. No packed bags. Nothing suggested they planned to leave. But in the basement, they found something disturbing. A single wooden chair, placed exactly in the center of the room. It did not belong to the family. There was nothing around it, just the chair, as if someone had been sitting there, waiting. Records later revealed the house had been built over an old farmstead, demolished in the 1920s. The land once belonged to a man named Edward Howe. He lived alone, and one day he disappeared. Neighbors found his home the same way. Table set for a meal. No signs of struggle. No body. No explanation. Investigators dug deeper and uncovered 3 more disappearances. Different decades, different families. Same land, same pattern. Each vanished overnight. Each left meals unfinished. Each left locked doors behind them. No witnesses, no suspects, just absence. Months later, while reviewing evidence, an officer re-examined the recording from that 2:17 a.m. call. At first, there was only breathing. But when the volume was increased, a second sound emerged, a whisper, so faint it was almost missed. It said, "They're ready now." The Martin family was never found. The case remains unsolved. Today, the house still stands empty. No one has lived there since, because every potential buyer asks the same question. If no one entered and no one left, who made that phone call? At 11:48 p.m., security cameras captured Daniel Reeves entering the lobby of his apartment building. He lived there for 6 years. Same routine, same schedule, same quiet life. He nodded to the night guard, pressed the elevator button. And that was the last confirmed moment anyone saw him. The elevator doors closed, but Daniel never made it to his floor. At first, nothing seemed wrong. The elevator went up, stopped on floor 12, sat there for 47 seconds, then went back down. Empty. No one exited. No one entered. The building had only 10 floors. There was no floor 12. Maintenance assumed it was a sensor error. But when they checked the elevator's internal log, something didn't match. The system recorded a manual selection. Someone had pressed 12. Investigators pulled the surveillance footage, frame by frame. Inside the elevator, Daniel stood alone. At second 14, he looked up, not at the camera, above it, as if listening to something. Then he did something strange. He stepped backward, pressed himself into the corner, like he was making space for someone else. But the camera showed nothing there. The elevator arrived at the non-existent floor. Doors opened. Daniel walked out into a hallway that wasn't there. Police searched the shaft. Nothing. No hidden level. No crawl space. No structural anomaly. But weeks later, another resident reported something odd. She pressed floor 7. The elevator skipped it, stopped briefly between floors, and she heard someone breathing behind her. When she turned around, the elevator was empty. The building removed the 12 button from the panel, but the internal system still logs it every few months, selected by no one. Daniel Reeves was never found. The elevator still runs. And sometimes, it still stops where no floor exists. At 3:12 a.m., dispatch logged a routine call. Domestic disturbance, no caller ID, just an address. Unit 42 responded. Officer Lena Ortiz acknowledged over radio, then went silent. 7 minutes later, dispatch attempted to check in. No response. GPS showed the patrol car parked outside the address. Engine running. Lights off. Backup arrived. The car was empty. Radio still on. Door unlocked. Coffee still warm in the holder. Inside the house, nothing. No residents. No furniture. Utilities disconnected years earlier. Dispatch confirmed. No call had ever been received. The entry appeared in the system without origin. Reviewing the patrol car's dashcam revealed something chilling. Lena had been talking, not to dispatch, to someone sitting in the passenger seat. She nodded, paused, listened, responded. But the seat was empty. At minute 6 of the recording, she said one sentence. "I understand. I'll tell them you're still here." Then she stepped out of the car, walked toward the house, and vanished from frame. She was never seen again. Now here's the part officers don't like discussing. Over the next decade, 3 more units responded to that same address, each time triggered by a call no one placed. The address has since been removed from dispatch systems, but sometimes new recruits report hearing it transmitted anyway. Faint, like an echo. Thanks for watching, subscribe, and get the scariest stories every day.